Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, Season 5, Episode 11. This episode had me cracking up in my apartment by
Same.
myself. It was so good.
And
It's so
we're
good.
halfway through. Like we got the rest
We
of
did
this
it.
season on
I
Vanderpump
know.
Rules. So
We did
that's a
it.
milestone.
Okay, so before we get into it, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have Summer's Fun, a Summer House podcast, which also includes Martha's Vineyard and Winter House. And we have One Season Wonders. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Vanderpasta, and join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our fun pre-shows where Meredith and I, and sometimes Sarah, talk about whatever the hell we want for however long we want.
We went hard, today.
We went hard today. It just happened. It's been a while.
That's true.
Also, you get access to any episodes we record early, including this one. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and we do old seasons like we are now, we will do an after show where we talk about current Bravo news, as to not do spoilers on the podcast. And also, we will say your name. So thank you too. Wait. Okay. Oh my God. Patreon updated. So good luck to me. Thank you to Chris, Darby, Dee, Dustin, Gabriella, Jackie, Jamie, Kirsten, Casey, Kelsey, Lauren. Oh, I messed up. Sarah, Cameron, Tierney, Tonette, Tracy, Emily, Gina, Isabella, Jennifer, Jesse, Leanne, Rebecca, Rio, Robin, Sarah, and Taylor.
Heck yes.
Wow. I was going to do the breathing thing when I was like,
yeah.
But then I messed up and I was like,
and then you're like, I need a breath now.
It's over. It's over. But thank you so much for being a part of our community. Okay, and then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do live shows, which are coming. So, well not by the time this goes live, but if you're on the Patreon, they're coming.
Listen, there will always be live shows, I've decided. So they are always coming.
They're coming. So I will post and ask for your questions, comments, opinions, concerns, whatever I want, and then you will give them to us and we will read them on the podcast.
You will give them to us.
And if you don't, what a waste of $5.
We're the most opinionated people in the world. Like, come
the
join
worst,
us.
I'm so sorry, is when your opinion doesn't agree with us and we're like, no.
We're like, no.
No.
Especially with both of us. It's like, you couldn't even get one of us.
Yeah, no. Also, we'll pick a patron of the episode. So I like when I make Meredith pick, so I'm gonna make Meredith pick again. So
Stop.
Dustin.
Woo! What a good pick.
Dustin. We don't need to say anything. He knows. He gets it. Our dude, he gets it 100%. Okay, let's get into this episode. So, previously on Vanderpump Rules, Stassi celebrated her birthday in Montauk. Ariana had her birthday at a NASCAR race, and Lala ditched. Then Lala tried to quit, but she didn't because Lisa didn't let her. So Katie asked all her bridesmaids. She asked everyone but Ariana. Jax and Brittany are fighting, and everyone's team Brittany. Did I miss anything? No, probably not.
It was kind of fun to come back from the trip. I was already excited for that because I'm over the trip.
I think we should have gotten only one episode of the trip because the 2 or 3 episodes they dragged it was like a lot. But yeah. I'm back. So we start off at SUR, specifically the SUR office, where Ken and Lisa are just loving their dogs, to which I say I'd love to be one of their dogs in the next life.
I would live a great life if I was one of their dogs, and I don't like dogs, but I think I'd like being a dog.
I would like being their dog specifically.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to just be anybody's dog.
No, their dog. So, Lisa's starting to get into doggy apparel. And then Katie and Schwartz are here, and Katie has all the new SUR dresses.
Oh God, these were so bad.
I love the look back at all the old SUR dresses.
Oh, that was fun.
All the new ones look weird.
The one on
like
Sheena, the 1950s looking like.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
That was awesome. So weird.
That was the worst. That was like gay pride or something.
I know.
Or the photo shoot or something. It was so weird.
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa asks how the trips were. Both of them had fun, even though they were apart. But absence makes the heart grow fonder. And then Katie's bridal shower is coming up this weekend. The bridesmaids planned everything and told Katie nothing, but Katie does invite Lisa because Katie's mom and grandma are going to be there, and Brittany's mom. And Lisa's like, "Well, I don't really want to go, but maybe I'll just stop by." You can tell she does not want to go
I
to this
think
thing.
she wants to celebrate Katie, but I don't think she wants to go to this event. I think she
She doesn't
loves
want to see
Katie.
Kristen or Stassi.
Yes.
She hates
Or
them. Yeah.
do this small talk bullshit shit. I don't even want to go to most bridal showers. So why
With
would
grandma?
Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa's gonna be like, why would I want to hang out with your grandmother? So then they tell Lisa that Kristen's doing sketch comedy performance tonight. And Lisa says, Kristen's the least funny person I know.
I
I was
died
like, yeah.
laughing.
Yeah, same though. So I don't get
It
it.
is true. The only reason
Kristen.
I laugh at Kristen, not because she's saying or doing something funny.
Same.
It's
Same.
the moment I always think of is the straw for you. Kristen trying to find the
The
straw.
straw is, I thought of the straw. I was like, Kristen's not funny. She just can't put a straw in her mouth.
Yeah, there's all these chaotic things where I'm like, it's just, she's a mess. And I
She
love
just,
it.
yeah. Yes, but she's not funny. I would never
No.
be like, I'd love to watch Kristen perform stand up. That's
No,
just not.
I want Kristen on a reality TV show where she's just walking and I'm laughing at her.
She has to get through a maze or something. Give her a task. I would love to have her do a task.
Her as Lisa's assistant, I would die.
Oh my God. Or they just give her, so Australia and New Zealand have the show Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Where they basically just give you a task and you have to figure it out. I would love to see Kristen on that show. I would pay big money.
The US does need that
That'd be
show.
awesome.
I think it's so funny to
Taskmaster
see it on TikTok.
is so funny, but you have to have an accent for me to like it. So it has to be Australia. But get Kristen on that show. The best. Anyway, okay, so now we're at Real Sir. Sheena and Brittany see that Lala tried to get her shift covered. Oh, fuck that bitch.
Of course she would. She wants to avoid Ariana and Tom.
She's
no.
so scared of us. Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
I don't think
so,
she is.
Sandoval is, they say, is super pissed off that Lala didn't go. And then Sheena's like, hey, Brittany, I heard on your trip that Jax was being a little dick. And Brittany's like, we just argue and bicker, and my mom's coming, and I don't want that. But Brittany tells us that Jax went home to Kentucky for Christmas.
Oh,
and he was on his...
My God.
What?
I cannot believe he went to Kentucky and they are I cannot believe he went to Kentucky.
Here's another show. Jax, but he's alone and it's Taskmaster in Kentucky doing farm stuff. It's just him figuring it out. That's my other show I'd love to see. But do I want to deal with Jax in Kentucky? No. Never.
But also, I can't believe their relationship is in the place it is now, and he went and saw her family 6 months ago.
I can't believe his family. He won everyone over.
That tells me they're more serious than I thought that they were. Oh. And I'm shook. He literally was.
I really
at the start of the season. He was telling rumors about her, and Kristen. I was gonna say who's the best one. Yes,
because he's a truther, Meredith.
Boyfriend. I don't care if it's true or not. If my boyfriend met my family and then spread lies or anything, truth or lies about me like that, I would literally pummel him into the ground.
I can't. That was my favorite storyline in the whole entire world.
I'm
that was
still
so
shook
funny.
by it.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. But he won everyone over in Kentucky. So Brittany says that he better keep winning her mom over, and Sheena's like, if he gets out of line, I'll put him back in line.
Shut
and
up,
I was
Sheena.
like, there it is.
Shut the fuck up.
So at the bar, Lala's here. She approaches Sandoval and Ariana. And immediately Sandoval's like, so what happened? I'm going to do a lot of impressions this episode.
I can't wait.
And then Lala said she didn't feel like she wanted to surround herself with people she didn't want to be around. Mainly she was nervous about Jax. And Sandoval's like, but the day before you were so excited. And Lala's like, yeah, but then you were trying to put me in the lion's den. And Sandoval's like, we would have had your back, which I do believe.
I believe that too. But I also don't think it's wrong for this excuse is kind of working for me.
Here's the thing. Someone once told me being an adult is awesome because you don't actually have to do anything you don't want to do,
Yes.
such as this. However, I think the way Lala went about it was
Yes.
wrong,
Yes.
but I don't think her decision
I
was
don't think
wrong.
so either. And to be honest, I've been like I'm in the perfect moment of my life. I needed to see Lala do this because I need to start saying no to things, even if I previously agreed. When I'm like feeling antsy or like it's a bad decision to do something, I need to start saying no and doing this. Like, you need to say no in
Mhm.
the right way, like you just said, but it's okay to decline even if you've previously accepted an invite.
Agreed. Now, I do think Sandoval and Ariana would have had her back
I
had
agree.
anything come up, but I understand Lala not wanting to be around
Hmm.
people that don't like you. I
Especially
get
when you're
that.
traveling. Like, it's not like it's just a party
Yeah.
at a bar and she didn't show up. Like, this is
Yeah.
a
We're trapped in an
camper.
RV
Yes.
together.
Yes, that's a commitment.
Also, no. So Sandoval's just mad. He's going off about how
Oh my
badly
god.
Lala handled it. Which my other thing is, if Ariana's not that mad, you cannot
You
be
need to
that mad
simmer
for.
down. You got to take the
Now, if
lead on the birthday
Ariana was
person.
livid, you can have her back.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem that mad. She just seems like hurt, if
I think she's
anything.
disappointed.
Yeah. Also, Sandoval's done nothing but bitch about the money that Lala has wasted, and Lala says she'll pay him back. And he goes, "It's not about the money." And I
Thank
was like,
you.
"Sir,
Thank you. I couldn't remember
sir,
if I just made that up, but when I was
no,
watching
he
this in
bitched."
my mind, I was like, "Oh, okay. So you can complain for like 5 minutes on my screen, but then you're going to say
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
not about the money." Sure, sure, sure.
It's he literally bitched about the money for so long. So then all of a sudden the camera cuts back to Lala and Sheena's there, like she fucking popped out of nothing. And
I was
and
so angry that Sheena was just doop,
but like
doop,
the
doop.
camera, it was like on Lala and then it was on Sandoval and it goes back and I'm like, holy shit, when did you get
So
here?
weird.
And so Lala's basically says she's not going to surround herself with people she doesn't want to be around. And then Sheena's like, "So you don't show up for your friend's birthday?" And I was like, "Ma'am,
And she
neither
goes,
did
and you won't
you."
even say sorry? Sheena, you were not here from the start of the conversation. You don't know if she's apologized.
Also, Sheena, you also picked a different person over your best friend's birthday.
Yes.
You knew when Ariana's birthday was. You could have said, "Hey, before I say yes to Stassi, Ariana, when's your birthday?" Shit. Like, but you.
Yes.
So don't come at
And
Lala. Lala at least agreed.
whoa, when can Sheena talk to Lala? Because like a week ago, she wasn't even allowed to like entertain any
That
conversation with her.
You're
Why
right.
are you allowed to talk to
You're
her right
right.
now?
Wow. So then Lala's like, "Why are you speaking to me?" Which I was like,
I
"Yeah."
That is one of my favorite
Yes.
disses. I don't know ever how to
Why are
deliver
you
it, but it's
speaking to
like,
me?
what are you doing? Do not even
I
engage
use
in a
it all the
conversation.
time. I'll use it all the time when I'm like, I'm done with this conversation. And if someone keeps going, I'll be like, "Why are you still talking to me?"
Like
Like,
that
what's
would
your fucking
hurt
issue?
my soul if somebody said that to
Why
me
are you
because I
speaking to
love
me?
talking.
So I loved it. And then Sheena says she's just sticking up for her best friend. And Lala basically looks at Ariana and Tom. Thank God Sheena walks away and says she has a gift for Ariana. And like she's sorry that it happened this
Yeah.
way. And Sandoval's not having it. He's good on Lala forever. And I was
Okay.
like, again,
Andy's
sir,
interview,
just fucking
the
calm
way
down.
he's like, I'm done. I can see who she is. I'm good. I'm like, okay.
Sir.
You're right. Nobody can grow. Nobody's ever been forgiven in this group. Like, now
Also,
we're gonna draw a line in
if
the sand.
my God, if Ariana for her birthday is not that hurt, you just need to calm down and ask Lala for the Venmo request. Like at this point, you're just calm down.
I mean,
Just
I think
not a big deal.
he's looking for a
Not a
reason
big
to
deal.
be mad. So this gave
He
him
just
the
wants to be on the same side of his friends.
that
Whereas Ariana is an individual. She doesn't give a fuck.
and he knows his. I think it's that he knows his friends are gonna rail into him about this
That's true.
specifically.
For not yelling at her,
Yes,
yeah.
and so it's like
He's like, I gotta.
he needs to be able to like defend himself against her.
Well, yeah, because Sandoval's not defender of women. He's
No,
defender against
this is
women.
defending Sandoval to his friends. Like he's defending himself, being like,
He
I ripped her a new one
he defends against women, whereas Jax defends the actual woman
when it
at
is convenient.
question.
Yes,
Yes,
asterisks
yes,
of when
yes.
it's convenient
He picks the women he wants to defend,
and the situation.
obviously.
It's not
But
consistently
mostly he defends himself, you know.
for the sake of women.
Yes, obviously. So, now we go to improv. So Kristen and Rachel are here. Truthfully, I don't find Rachel that funny either. So let's see what happens.
Yeah,
So Kristen's been in a sketch comedy group with her 3 girlfriends, and they've come a long way, which means they started in the fucking basement
that's
and
the
made it up a
thing
few
is like,
steps.
how long have you been doing this? What does coming a long way mean? I don't
So
really, to be honest, I don't even know what the comedy scene truly is like.
doesn't
So I don't know
doesn't
where you are in the grand scheme of being a comedian.
listen. I have a good sense of humor.
Oh,
I
I'm
do not
funny as
find Kristen
hell.
funny. I do not find Kristen funny.
I'm funny
So
and I have a
I'm
good sense of humor
hilarious.
too.
I'm the
I didn't
funniest
find any
person
of
I've
this
ever
really
met.
funny. Like they were
No.
even the
So
friends were fake laughing. Get into
dude,
it.
yeah, it was bad. So it's time for the show. Some people were like chuckling, not me.
No.
Kristen does a monologue that she looks neurotic. She looks crazy. This
I
bitch,
already forgot
I
about
would
the
start
monologue.
laughing.
Oh my god, it was so
I would
bad.
start laughing. She's like, "Wow, I'm so happy to host SNL." And the piano guy's like, "This is SNL." And she goes, "Oh my god, that's so
She
embarrassing."
doesn't
And I'm
know
like,
how to
"Is that your
hit
joke?"
the joke, the tone.
She,
Because the thing is like in my mind, you got to come out from like the side stage and be like, and welcome to whatever the like language they
SNL.
actually do is. And you got to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're so lucky to have you. And then like you need somebody to run up on stage and like interrupt you, you know?
Yeah, this
You
was
got to
like not
commit
it. And
more.
she's like, "Oh my god, that's so embarrassing."
Oh
And I
my
was like,
god.
yeah.
I'm like,
So also,
not because the
I'm gonna
joke,
say
it's
it.
because the way you delivered it.
So then they go into this like, or she first shades Ariana by saying like, "No one takes sketch comedy too serious
That
tonight,"
was
which like
actually
that's
that
funny.
was pretty
That was
funny,
funny.
and that was the only thing.
That was the only thing she did.
And to be
So
honest, it was
then,
funnier because they like tagged in
yeah, that's
the
funny.
flashback.
The Bravo editor was funny in this situation.
Yes.
So
Kristen
then
teed up Bravo.
it was great. So then they go into this sketch about like dick pics and like
Mhm.
giving them to your friends, whatever. And this is when I said Kristen just doesn't have a funny body either because her limbs are so long and lanky. She has no control. She did the thing where she put a hand behind her back and was like, and I was like, her legs.
You're
She's
right. It's like she's
insane.
like quote unquote
Her
trying to hide the
limbs.
phone, and it's like she's just like moving her arms.
It was like a
everywhere.
dick pic, you
Me?
know? It looked insane. She has no control over her limbs. She could
Yes.
bust me up with a black lip because she can throw a punch, but she cannot control her limbs on a normal basis. I
No,
don't like
she
ugh.
overthinks it. I can't even actually. I know what she's like as an actor because we've seen some clips, but like this doesn't give
This was
me
bad.
any
Yeah,
promise for
there's
her
just
acting career.
I truly don't think Adam Sandler will be calling anytime soon. Like it's just
No,
not it.
but you
So
can call me.
because we're hilarious.
Yeah.
So they're doing like the dick pic sketch and they have real dicks in the pictures.
I cannot
And then
imagine what those real photos not blurred
first
out
of
look like.
all, first of all, you didn't need a real dick in these photos.
No,
It would have been actually probably
funnier.
less, it would have been funnier with like a drawing of a dick. That would have been
Yes, or
hilarious.
like
And been like, my boyfriend drew this for me.
cartoon, or
That would have been funny. Yeah. Or like a famous dick. You didn't need to find a random dick. You could have found like Kim
yeah.
Kardashian's sex tape and just screenshotted that dick. But whatever. So
I guess
Katie's
they
like,
kind of did find a famous dick though.
well, you're right. Katie's like, that dick looks familiar. That looks like Jax's dick. To which I'm like, why does Katie know what
I
this
thought
looks
the
like?
same thing. But
And
at first,
then,
when I saw the words on the bottom of the screen, I thought it was Stassi saying that.
oh,
Yeah,
I don't know. Tis
which I
Katie
think
who
actually would have been weirder if
that would
Stassi
have
was
been
like,
weird.
"Guys."
So then Jax confirms that that is his dick. And Brittany also is like, that kind of looks like Jax's dick. And so we find out Jax was dating a girl, and he of course jaxed her because what else? And she got mad, so she tweeted a pic of Jax's dick that he sent her, and tagged all his friends in it.
I would
Hilarious.
be so scared if I saw my guy friend's dick on social
I'd be
media.
horrified for him. I'd be like,
For
holy
me
shit.
too. Like I don't.
Well, I don't
It would
I
be
don't want
really
to see
hard
it.
for me to then see that friend and not think about it.
I think it'd be fine because I am similar to Stassi in the sense that I think all dicks look the same. I could never identify a dick to someone.
Okay, that's true. I mean, I couldn't anybody I've slept with, I couldn't just, like, see a picture and be like, "Yes! Oh my god."
Even anyone I'd be like, they all kind of just look
At the end of the
like Stassi
day,
said. It's like,
the
at the
context
end of the
clues
day,
of Jax's shoes and stuff, like, that it's
fine,
easy to, like, pick out
fine. I
whatever.
could do that. Yeah, I'd be like, that's your hardwood floor, sir. I
Yeah,
caught
I
that.
would that's the thing
But
is that's where I'd figure it
But
out.
if they had cut all that out and it was just the dick, I would have been
No,
like,
yeah.
it just looks like a penis.
I don't
Yeah,
think I would
truly.
either.
So Jax isn't ashamed though, because he has a great dick and he thinks he'd make a great
You know
dildo
what? I'm not
model.
mad at him for this because you know
The
what?
confidence is necessary. Rock
I
out.
like it.
So what did you think about Kristen and Rachel? Just put aside the fact that they've also both slept with Jax.
That
Put it in. They didn't. They just knew
okay.
that this was online and they used someone's dick without
I actually think
asking
it's
them.
really funny that they used it, but messed up they didn't say anything beforehand.
They should have told him or Brittany and just like been like, yo, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, like a hey, just a warning. Or like kind of ask. You like ask and just be
You
like,
should
we
have
already
asked
worked this
Jax.
in.
It's his dick. Yeah,
I would I know I present the situation as like, if you say no, this is gonna be a lot of work for me to take it out. Like, I don't want to. Like, don't say
it's
no.
funny. You have a nice
But
dick. Let us just
I
use
think
it.
it's actually pretty funny.
I think it's great. Jax doesn't really care.
Yes.
Now then I try to think like, what if someone's using a picture of my
That
vulva out there? So then I was like, I'd rather them ask permission. Like I
yes.
would need some
That's
sort of
where I think it's
question
messed up.
to be asked. Yeah. Okay, so Brittany tells Stassi that was Jax's penis, and Brittany's upset, sorry. And Stassi's like, "Wow, how were you able to recognize that?" And Stassi didn't recognize it.
I don't think Brittany really did. I think Jax said something to her, and now Brittany's being like, I'm mad.
I think the shoes or something, or like she knew that picture, that exact picture, and was like, "Wait."
Yeah.
Whereas Stassi, I think, was just like
Doesn't
another
it's
picture of Jax's
yeah.
dick. It all blends.
Jax stuff is really not on her radar too much anymore.
I'm with Stassi. There was no way I could ever identify Katie doing it. I was like, how the hell did she
Those
identify
shoes
that?
must have been in it.
They had to be.
In the like
There's no
comedy
way.
version.
There's no
Yeah.
way. So Brittany's upset that she didn't get a heads up. Also, he's fucked both Rachel and Kristen in a
Dude,
prior
Jax's
life.
like
So
past is coming back up a lot this season.
so it's awkward.
Yeah.
I always forget he dated Rachel
Me
before
too.
Stassi.
Okay,
And then slept with
before they
Kristen during
even
Stassi.
gave us the explanation of where the dick pic came from, I thought it was like one that Rachel or Kristen like sent.
I did too. I thought he had like sent it to Rachel like 8 years ago and she kept it.
I was like, if
because that's
Kristen
funny.
got one,
That's even funnier.
if Kristen got one, that's even weirder.
Dude, that's weird. But how funny if Rachel had this dick pic
That's what
8
I thought
years
it
and
was,
like,
and I thought that was
that's
really funny.
You want comedy? That's comedy. That's awesome.
Yeah, because that you need to blindside people with. Like, I would not tell him. I mean, it's a shitty move, but
awesome. Yeah. That's hilarious. Because then also, no, if it wasn't online, no one would be like, that's Jax's dick. Jax would just look at Rachel and be like, fuck you. And that'd be awesome.
I think that would be so good.
Rachel fucked up. Go back in your archives, girl.
I cannot imagine though sitting in that room with being Brittany, sitting in that room. My boyfriend's dick is up on a picture on stage, and he also has 3 people who he has slept with, either on the stage, in the audience. Probably actually more. We only just know of 3.
Also, I thought, what if I'm just a random patron and I'm like, whose dicks are these?
I know.
I don't want to see it.
I am not interested.
No one's ever said, wow, I love that picture of that dick. It's gorgeous.
That's the thing, is like, we already are collectively as a society, at this point in time, when this show is airing, annoyed with dick pics already. Why do I want to go see them at a comedy show?
I just can't get away from them. Okay, so Brittany calls over Kristen, and Brittany is telling Kristen how upset she is. Kristen starts to defend herself, and she's like, do you know how hard it is to Google a dick pic? And The FBI is coming for Kristen.
I almost actually wanted to Google it just to see what.
I almost did too. She goes, you only get like old, white, wrinkly ones. And I was like, girl, go on a porn site.
That's the
go
thing.
on a porn
it's like,
site.
It's not, if I actually was doing this for research.
Don't Google it.
You're gonna get weird fucking shit on Google.
Go to Pornhub.
Yes.
My God.
Literally just ask a random guy to send you one.
Literally go on Tinder and be like, give me a dick pic.
Yes.
So you're gonna tell me Kristen's never done that before. Okay. So Stassi though sides with Brittany. So that was awesome. That was the best part of this whole show. It was hilarious. Cracked me up the whole time. So now we go to Sir. Katie and Lisa are here. Katie got the wrong paint. Lisa's very upset with her. They move on though because Katie tells Lisa about how Kristen. Yeah, she's the assistant. Never forget. Yeah. So Katie tells Lisa about Kristen's comedy moment. Lisa hates it because she's like, "What the fuck are these dick pics?" And Katie's like, I've never had a dick pic moment because I'm in a committed relationship for like 6 years at this point.
Okay, but never? I can't believe she's never, like,
listen,
Schwartz has
the
never
best
sent
time
her
to
one.
send a dick pic is when you're in a relationship.
That's yes.
That's the only time. If we're dating, then I'll accept your dick pic happily.
I don't know if I'd say happily, but like I have accepted a few, but I don't keep them.
Me neither.
Alicia's like file folders and stuff. She's like,
sometimes
why did Kristen just
blackmail
call me?
You know?
I know, but sometimes you just want to forget about these people for the rest of your life.
And then Katie tells Lisa about Jack, like using Jax's picture, and I think Lisa hates Kristen even more than she already did.
I also think she hates knowing that there's a picture out on the internet that she could stumble upon of Jax's dick.
You know, she went home to Google it and then call the police to be like, get this down. She's like, Ken, shows Ken, can you believe that this dick is out there?
And Ken's like, how do you know? And she's like, the shoes.
Oh my God. He's like, whose dick is that? And they're like, Google it. They're zooming in on the shoe. Yeah. Okay, so then we go to Jax and Brittany's apartment. Kristen and Stassi are going to come over to listen to the podcast Stassi did with Jax. Mm-hmm. But Brittany's still upset about last night because also Jax lied to her at the club. He said that wasn't his dick because he didn't want to make a scene. But Brittany knew immediately he lied because this is a viral dick pic.
Why would you lie about something like that? And especially in that moment where like Jax is kind of the victim. Like, why? I would milk that shit. I'd be like, I can't believe they used it.
I can't believe that they used my dick. So Kristen and Stassi then are here. Jax immediately is like, Kristen, I have a bone to pick with you. And Kristen's like, listen, your dick was a last minute choice, which I bet hurt Jax even more than she realized.
I think that actually cut him to the core.
He's like, wait, it wasn't first.
Wait a minute. You didn't actually write this entire sketch around my dick?
I'm upset. But Kristen says her and Rachel really didn't even think about it. And Brittany's like, I still feel really uncomfortable. And Stassi's like, we're just in a friend group that's so forgiving. I don't think it registered that you'd get mad about it. And I'm like,
that's fucked up.
What's forgiving about this friend group? This is the scariest friend group I've ever seen on my TV.
I mean, I think long term you slowly get forgiven, but we are literally about to also talk about Lala, who's the shittiest person in the world, and nobody will forgive her.
We hate Lala for not apologizing to Breathe, so we can't forgive her. Kristen was exiled for like years and only came back because Stassi was then also exiled and had to beg for forgiveness. Yes. What?
Sheena breathes and everybody hates her.
Oh my God, Sheena literally cannot exist.
No, she's just one step above Lala in how much we hate her.
Yeah, so like you're only forgiving sometimes. Jax is the only one, honestly, that's been forgiven easily for fucking around. Yeah. James, God forbid he ever get forgiven for anything he's ever done.
Never.
We're just such a forgiving friend group. So Brittany also brings up how everyone here plus Rachel has slept with Jax. So that's super weird.
My worst nightmare.
Stassi's like, what a horrible conversation to have. Yeah. And Jax literally looks like he would rather jump out the window and go into oncoming traffic than be in this conversation.
That is the only good thing. Like, he knows when his ladies get together, it's bad news for him. That's the only time he's really self-aware.
No, he's like, I can't. He's literally like, we don't have to talk about you guys sleeping with me. You use my dick without permission. Let's go back to that, please.
Cue up that
So,
podcast. Let's talk about me being a sociopath.
Kristen also thought that everyone in the room, like, had already seen it anyway. So, like,
I mean,
we
that's valid.
had.
It's on the internet.
So, Jax brings up how Ariana and Tom confronted Lala yesterday. He's like, guys, she's so upset. And Brittany's like, I hate Lala because of what she did to Katie, but also because she talked badly about Jax, which is hilarious because that's when Jax claimed that you were not his girlfriend and he was trying to sleep with Lala. So
I feel like watching last season would have cleared Lala's name about that stuff.
It doesn't math.
Let's not
girl math
that.
is not adding up. The girl math doesn't add up.
The Kentucky girl math ain't mathing.
It's not mathing. So Kristen says the only person that can screw Lala over is James. And Jax is like, yeah, let's turn them against each other. And Kristen's like, I heard Lala doesn't even like James. And I was like, Kristen, you don't work at SIR. Where do you hear this?
I know.
What?
She's like, let's get him.
For someone who hates James and Lala with a searing passion and does not work in this environment, Kristen knows everything about these two.
They're obsessed with them. And it's so funny that they're willing to put past their hatred of James, who you'd think Kristen hates more,
for Lala,
to take down Lala. Like this, come on.
It cracks me up too that they're like, we hate both. And we must obsess over them. We do nothing else but talk about this.
Let's go all Nancy Drew to make sure that we know all the rumors that we've already said a bajillion times. We say them again.
You know what? It is Nancy Drew. You're right. Yes. This is equal to what Nancy Drew does. You're 100%. So Stassi's like, you know what we should do? We should sit James down and find out the real deal with Lala because she's a certified skank. And I'm like, so now you're going to break bread with James. So now it's just like
the takedown of Lala is greater than the hatred of James. Here we go. And here's the thing. Even if, again, they repeat all these like these rumors again until Lala says it on camera, I feel like she is like letting it just roll off her back, so it has no power. This is not as interesting as they make it out to be.
At this point, I feel like Lala might be fucking a married man, but I also don't care. And also, like, it just has it doesn't have the effect.
Thing that would make me care is you get that wife to sit down on camera. Yeah.
Or if we know the couple, like it's another housewives couple, and we're like
that is the scandal. Like, to be honest, like everybody's fucked a married man on this show, basically. Yeah, like been there, done that.
I mean, Sheena had a whole. Sheena created a whole show based off of it. Please. So it's time to listen to the podcast. But Jack says it's funny because after the podcast, he went home and he retook the quiz and he even changed all his answers and he still got sociopath.
I feel like that test, no matter what you say, is going to give you the answer Stassi wanted.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was great. So now we go to James's apartment. Lala's here. James was reading about music, and then he's like, hey, Lala, would you like some ice cream? Because I don't have liquor, because I'm not drinking, because it ruined my life and got me fired. Because now the only way he screams is for ice cream. It's creamy, delicious, and everything you'd want in your mouth.
This is probably why I want ice cream.
Probably. So Lala's like, you sure you don't have any liquor? And he's like, well, I have some whiskey. And she's like, let's do a baby shot. And James is like, we're literally just chilling at my apartment. Why do we need a shot?
I don't want to.
Lala literally shames him and is like, you used to be fine and now you're like lame.
So sad. Listen, I am not great. I'll say with people, if we're like at a bar, I'm like, let's have fun. Let's get after it. If we were just sitting in your apartment and you say, no, I don't want to take a half shot, I understand. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in not like just drinking just to be like, we drank something in an apartment,
especially if you're
like,
gonna
if it's not gonna accelerate my day. I don't need it.
I don't if I'm not about to go have a day, what's the point?
So I hated this from Lala,
It
but
just,
okay.
it was gross.
Also, she's the one that told James to calm down on the drinking because he got fired.
Yes. Remember
Great.
when Lala was sipping on her little champagne and was like, "This is my one and only drink.
This is
Nobody
my
shamed you,
first drink.
bitch."
Yeah. So James brings up Lala not showing up for the NASCAR trip. Lala says she was going to go. She woke up at 5:30, but then she decided she didn't want to, and James is just upset cuz then he could have gone. James
Again,
just wants to be
this is
included.
not how
I
this
don't think
works,
so,
people. Like, we
but
had to get
yeah.
the tickets in advance in the right people's names. James, you were never invited on the trip, ever.
I know. He just wanted to be
He
included.
did.
So Lala says she's so far past giving a fuck. And James is like, so what'd you do instead of going to NASCAR? And Lala's like, me and my dog went to the Beverly Hills
What the
Hotel.
fuck?
Why would you? I have a lot of questions. Number one, why would you bring your dog to a hotel that you live in the area
I
anyway?
don't
Just stay at home with your
know.
dog. So James is like, who paid for that? And Lala goes, I have a mother. And I go, listen, I also have a mother, but she's not paying for my
For
stay in
me and my
the
dog.
same city I'm
City.
already living in.
No. Especially when I
What?
just missed a trip. Because if
Meredith,
I
if you
missed a
ever
trip, then I clearly am like not really feeling
yeah.
great. So my mom would be like, stay home.
If I ever asked you who paid for that and you say I have a mother,
I
I'm just
have
gonna
a
stare at you and
mother.
go, I also have a mother. Be like, you didn't answer
I
my
can't wait for
question.
you to ask me about something that my mom actually did buy me.
I have a mother. I'm
I
gonna be
have a
like,
mother.
and so so James immediately thinks she's a liar because who
Yes.
does this? Who does
Well, it's
this?
like you're gonna go
So
with someone.
James says, were you not with a guy? Like, if you were alone, why didn't you invite me to come
Yes.
chill at the Beverly Hills
Valid response.
Hotel?
You don't need to stay at the hotel, but like, let me hang with you at the pool.
You're like, it just, the math again does not math
No.
here. You and your dog needed a quick getaway in the same city you already live in that your mom paid for, and you invited no one.
Or didn't even
I'd
tell.
be bored.
It's
I'd be
stupid.
like, I have a whole hotel that my mother paid for. You want to come over?
Yeah. That's what I
Okay.
would.
So instead of answering, Lala says, hey, James, want to go to Malibu? We're going to take a helicopter. It's
Oh
going to
my
be a
god.
super fun party. So James, very normally, it says, who's paying for this helicopter? I would also be like, do I have to pay for the helicopter?
Yes, especially if like we haven't been planning this for weeks and like discussing what we want to do. It's like, where did this helicopter come from?
This weekend, you just got a helicopter? Is your mom poor? Do you all have it? Is this your mother again?
Yeah. Do you have a
So
mother
Lala's,
again?
do you have another mother? So Lala says everyone's so concerned with her money. Like every bitch that's not ugly and has tits in LA has been on a private jet. And I said, I must be so fugly because I've never been on a private
Okay,
jet, but I do have
I
tits.
do understand this to a degree. Like at some point, it does kind of shock me after 5 years on the show. Like Katie has not been on a private jet to like Las Vegas or something. That does shock me in the grand scheme of like life. Okay, yeah, you could convince me that a lot of pretty people get on a private jet. But Lala, you just went from saying you were at the Beverly Hills Hotel with your dog to the next day we are getting a helicopter. Those things don't
An
happen so
unnamed
rapidly for pretty people.
an unnamed person is giving us a helicopter
My
ride. It's
mother.
normal. It's just normal.
Yeah.
So Lala says she never questions when she's invited. She just goes. And I said,
You should.
girl, do you not like true crime?
I
Because
was
you're
about to
about to
say
get murdered.
perfect signs for kidnapping. I mean,
This is a
she
murder.
did start the show like when she joined, just go to what was it, Italy with some random guys. So I mean,
Yeah.
like this does track in the like world of Lala.
This bitch better be careful because she does have a smile that can light up a room. And that is the number one thing that gets you murdered.
Well, I will never be murdered.
Listen, I would also ask, same. My smile
I do
kills
not
all.
light up a room.
But like literally, if someone's like, "Hey, jump on my helicopter," I'd be like, "Who are you?
I'm
How
like,
much do I owe you for this ride? Where
yeah.
are we going? What's happening?
I barely want
What?
to get on my commercial flights. Like I'm scared to like
Who
I'll
are
die on
these?
those.
Who
So
are these people in the helicopter with me? Is there a weight limit I should know about? What's
I would
happening?
I would be texting an entire detailed list to my family.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I might get
An
on.
unnamed man is taking me in a helicopter. Please look me up. Don't stop tracing my phone.
Yeah, like,
Ugh.
I'm someone who does not share location. I would share location with every single person in my contacts.
This was just so funny to me.
God.
So now we go out to eat with Stassi and Kristen. They're gonna meet up with James. But then I thought, why even bring Kristen? Why didn't Stassi just go alone?
When I
James
tell you I
hates
thought the
Kristen.
same thing, I thought, why is Kristen here? This is gonna go south. If they do want information, this is not the way to do it. Why wouldn't you bring
Ah, yes.
like Sheena, who is like kind of friends with James or like friendly with James?
No, we have to bring James's number one nemesis to have him turn on his best friend.
Like
This is
that's not the strategy, ladies.
Also, do these two have nothing better to do? They have no jobs. This is their job now?
I have not heard of a job that they have this season.
This is just what they do. They're like, "Hey, I'm bored. Should we meet up with James of
I
all
mean,
people
this is
for
probably why they
drinks?"
know like 6 sources independently of like Lala's
They
affair
just keep
because they
meeting
are
up.
just at places asking people.
They've just been Nancy Drew in this whole fucking time. They probably met the wife by this point. Like Jesus Christ.
I mean, if they haven't,
So
what else have they been doing?
I no. So immediately it's awkward. James knows that either they want information about something or they want to have a threesome with him, which I bet I know which one, but
The latter would actually be really funny.
Kristen honestly might be down.
Oh,
So
you could give that girl some wine and she probably would still sleep with James.
she's in. Yeah, for sure. So Kristen immediately is like, here's the sitch. Lala's a fucking hoe and a bitch, but you're friends with her. But I know for a fact she fucking hates you and talks shit about you. And I was like, what a hot way to come out, Kristen. You're like, hey, I know you're friends with this person that's a fucking bitch and a hoe and a whore, but also she fucking hates you. And I was like, wow.
So you should like link up with me who hates you too, and we should rule the world.
James at first was like, no one's told me that before.
Literally, he was so funny
Kristen?
at the beginning. He's like,
Kristen, come on. And then all of a sudden he's like, I can't believe she's talking shit. And I'm like, no! No!
I feel like I would be
what did they put in your drink?
Because I would just like spread rumors like these all the time, and like apparently people just believe them.
What did they put in James's drink? That 1 minute he's like, Lala wouldn't do that.
My thing is, they had to give details and then they like cut it out.
Oh, that was so funny.
But even so,
then
like,
immediately,
why are you believing these enemies over your friend who, like,
Kristen? It's fine.
You're shit talking me, Alicia. If 2 of my enemies rolled up, I'm not riding with them.
If Stassi shows up, though, you should believe her. If Kristen shows up,
that's true. Stassi has some credibility.
She can't even sip out of a straw. You're gonna believe her?
Kristen can do nothing.
What?
Stassi has some credibility. You're right.
Kristen's at 0 constantly.
She's at negative.
What? You're gonna believe her? Immediately, James is like, now that you mention it, Lala has been kind of sketchy lately. And I was like, sir.
She's been sketchy forever. Now you're just mad about it.
James confirms that Lala's boyfriend has a lot of money and then showed them a contract he got, which was an NDA. Because Lala's boyfriend rented a house in Coachella, and if you wanted to stay at this house, the catch was that you had to sign the NDA to not talk about Lala or the boyfriend. But his name's not on the NDA because Kristen starts reading that thing immediately. She knows what she's doing.
I mean, I would do the same.
I would too. I'd be like, I've never.
I did Google because people always say like, oh, if you sign an NDA, you can't talk about the NDA. Sometimes the NDA does cover speaking about the NDA in the NDA. So those times you can't. But if it doesn't explicitly say it, you can say you signed an NDA, just not what about. So James is currently breaking this NDA talking about...
He didn't sign it, he said.
Oh, he didn't?
He said he didn't sign it.
Oh,
no, because he didn't stay in the house, he said.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought he stayed in the house, signed it, and
Here's
was
my
showing
other
the
thing.
NDA.
I'm going to say this here, and maybe I'm just not famous enough or whatever, but if you were dating someone famous and you gave me an NDA and I was like, dope, an NDA, I would sign that shit. I don't understand what the big deal is.
I don't either.
Like, why, if Ariana and Tom and James did sign the NDA, are all these people like, you did, and they're like, we would never sign an NDA. Like,
I don't find
like I signed
that big of a deal.
I got got a free house in Coachella. Of course I signed the NDA.
Fuck, yeah, that's the thing, especially if something's coming with it.
Okay.
That makes even more sense.
Like, James is like, I would never sign that NDA. And then
I
later,
wonder
Sheena's like, Ariana would never
I
sign. And
wonder
I was
if
like,
it's
but
because
who
of the
cares?
show, like,
I was thinking that Vanderpump,
they're
you
pissed that then,
can't.
like, you're now cutting things out of your life and, like, that's what we're against, but we can't really
Oh,
say that. Like, how dare
I don't know
you
if Bravo maybe was like,
agree?
don't sign things.
I don't know. I mean, it would piss me off if I was on reality TV and now we all signed NDAs to not talk about your boyfriend. Like, that's not fair.
Oh, that would be, yeah, that's
Yeah. So I
crazy.
feel like that's why they're more heated about this is of like, we give up our whole lives and Lala, like
Oh, I didn't
you
even think
I think
about
it's about
that.
the workings of the show, but they can't say that, you know?
Oh. Okay, that makes way more sense
Yeah.
because I was straight up like, I would sign this
I
NDA, no
don't think I
questions.
mean, I still think Stassi, Kristen, and Kitty would be like bitches about this in real life, but
Yeah, I just wouldn't
not
be
this
like
hard.
ashamed. I'd be like, yeah, you
Yes.
signed it.
I would
Thank
totally sign
you.
an NDA. I have signed NDAs for like work and it's really not that big of a
I've
deal.
signed NDAs for work. Yeah,
Just you
who
sign
cares?
it and move on and I
It's fine.
spill on them every time.
There you go. It's fine. So, um, yeah. So James says he didn't sign the NDA, but it was being passed out to other people. He does say Ariana and Tom probably did because they stayed in the house.
Yeah.
And Stassi's immediately suspicious. She's like, oh my
Especially if you're
God.
staying with the person. Like I get it even more.
Yeah,
Like don't
I
fucking
get
talk
it.
about my private life.
Maybe it's a really important person that Lala's dating, like an Obama or something.
Dude,
No, it's
even if
obviously not Barack
like
Obama, but
that would be weird. Even if they're not
be
like the most
crazy.
important person in the world. I like the gossip world of like
Train, yeah, it's
LA
crazy.
would be miserable. I no shame.
Also, just a thought, if I'm dating someone on a reality show, maybe I'm like, and I kind of have a little standing, let's say, then maybe I'm like, don't talk about me on this reality show,
Yes.
NDA.
That's a way to
Like they're
protect
just being
it.
smart about their career.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not mad about it, but
I'm not mad,
James
but if I
basically
was on
is
the show,
like,
I'd be a little
I'd be
salty.
mad if I was
Yeah.
like Stassi. I'd be
Yeah.
like, the fuck.
Mm.
Okay, but James, he asked the FBI agents, he's like, can I fucking go now? And they're like, yeah, get out. Because he's like, I actually have a job and like stuff to do.
I'm a
And these two are
job.
like, not us. Okay, then we go to Jackson Brittany's apartment. Brittany's mom is here, full of like a full bright pink dress. We learn or just reiterate, I can't remember that Brittany's from a farm in Kentucky in a very religious family, and she's excited to show her mom her life in
Oh,
LA.
I don't think she's gonna like
Um,
it.
no. So Brittany didn't tell her mom about the fights that her and Jax had or how good the sex is with Jax.
I'm like,
For
do you
someone
think
who's
your
very
family
religious,
is
they're not going to watch the show?
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Like,
So
didn't they
Brittany's
see him steal
mom,
sunglasses last season? Like, aren't we concerned about
they
that?
know. They know he's not religious. He's licking her toes all the time. That's got
Ew.
to be against the Bible somewhere.
I actually
So
really I don't think so.
gross. So Brittany's mom, she's fucking starving. No one's fed this woman. She's like, "Where's Jax with
Okay,
my
I
food?"
get this. Like when you're not in your own home, you can't really like you don't know
Like,
where
I'm
everything is. You
fucking
can't just go through the
she's
cupboards.
she's hungry and she wants coffee.
Fuck
So
yeah.
Jax comes back. And Brittany's mom, her name's Sherry. Sherry's immediately like, "Did you get me coffee?" And Jax has a coffee cup,
I
but he's like, "No, it's not for you, bitch."
This is my least favorite thing. If you're gonna go out for coffee, you
You
should
have to
bring
bring it
back
back.
for the group or
The group.
ask. My
Oh,
family friend group
hilarious.
has a really bad problem of this because there's an inner circle who gets coffee. I'm in that group, but I feel bad for the people in the outer circle who don't
Oh
get
my
asked.
God. I'm the outer
And there's
circle.
like
I'm Brittany's
4 cups
mom.
for 20 people, and people are like, "For
Yeah,
me?"
yeah,
And it's like,
exactly.
"No, no, no."
No, no, sorry. So I just love that he has this coffee cup and he's like, you can
My
use the
favorite thing
Keurig,
ever.
Sherry.
We paid
Here's the other
$200 for that Keurig.
if you're if you're trying to impress your girlfriend's mom, you should probably just buy her a fucking coffee.
Yes, because the worst thing that
Dude,
happens is it
the
goes to
fuck?
waste, and it's like $5 at this time.
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, so um Jax knows with Sherry here, there's no sex,
Oh my
drinking,
god.
cursing, and definitely no pooping with the door
Thank
open.
you. I
Thank
think that
God.
last one is definitely needed, and the other
Civilized.
ones are not that wild when your mom is sleeping in your bed
Yeah. Yeah, you
or
just
hit
you
her mom.
deal, you know? So a bunch of moms are going to be at this bridal shower, but Jax's mom will not be there, which bums out Sherry because she wants to meet her. And Jax is like, well, she's in Florida. And Sherry's like, that's great. I love Florida. And Jax is like, me too, because that's where me and Brittany are going to end up because I'm not raising a family in LA. No fucking way. And so Brittany's mom is like, speaking of family, do you guys go to church?
Hello.
Jax is like, I don't really like organs or when they
Dust?
wave the dust.
I died. For people who don't know,
I
Alicia and
know
I grew up
exactly
Catholic, and
what
I
it
knew
is.
immediately.
But
Immediately.
it's not dust.
No,
It's just like
incense.
smoke.
Yes.
It's smoke. And also it doesn't happen at every mass.
No.
It's a
It's
specialized
for
thing to
holidays.
cleanse. You're cleansing. But it's
The
I think he
smoke.
thinks that he takes like ashes and
There are
express.
some weird things that the Catholic
Oh,
Church does.
that is
But like
so
normal
funny.
Sundays aren't that weird.
I immediately saw it and went, "Sir,
I
that's
literally
not every
saw the
Sunday."
priest in the little
Throwing it, and it's not. Yeah, it's not
It's like, I'm
dust.
sorry, but they're not gonna go to a Catholic church in my mind. I'm
No.
like, I don't think Brittany's
Also,
Catholic.
I think she's Catholic.
I just assumed she was Christian.
She's Christian of
I
some
didn't
sort,
think
but
that but Jax and Brittany are
hilarious.
not going hard in the paint to like Catholic
No.
mass, the whole
Listen,
Easter saga.
Meredith and I can tell you, only the tough survive that Catholic Church, and
It's a lot.
it's a lot. But he also hates organs, which I think will be at any Christian church.
I
So
think a lot of
good
them.
luck.
I mean,
So
what do you expect from these people?
also, he can't relate to the stuff that happened millions of years ago. He's just
I'm like, do you think a dinosaur's gonna come out and give the homily?
he's just like hearing about Jesus on a cross can't relate.
Can't relate.
Even
Happened too
though
long
he's
ago.
been crucified by this group, if you want to make that connection.
That's
But he's
true.
also probably like 12 men hanging out can't relate. But Jax, didn't you used to model and you were probably in model houses with a bunch of men? Actually, I think Jax could relate a lot if he just
I was
picked
about
up
to
a
say because I
Bible.
feel like the two women finding Jesus when he died is like Jax probably after he got crucified probably went and banged some
Ooh,
ladies like
yeah. Also, just the Bible has a lot of strict rules, like no adultery. I feel like Jax, as a new truther, he now
I was
feels
about to
that,
say
he
the like
he could spread the truth. Jax is basically
the
a
second
gospel
coming of
for the
Christ.
he's a disciple of Vanderpump Rules.
I
Is
think
Jax
I think
religious?
Vanderpump are his disciples.
Oh, even better. He is
Dying on
you're
the
right, he's
Vanderpump
Jesus.
cross.
Yeah, he's Jason Couchy. He's the next person we're supposed to
Yes, follow
what
on
am
the
I trying
reality TV
worship?
path.
Oh my god, I want to die. He also okay, it's a Pentecostal.
That's what
That's what it is. A
she goes
Pentecostal
to. Yeah.
church. What is that? Is that a
That's
sect
Christian
of
Christianity.
Christian? Okay. But Jack says it sounds like a cult, which it is. Welcome to religion,
I mean,
baby.
listen, not every cult is
Hey.
bad, by the way. Like,
No.
cult is a loose term for a lot of
We're in the
things.
Bravo cult,
Yes.
please.
I mean, even like
Hello.
Orange Theory is a cult, but
It
I've
is a
never
cult.
been. I'm sure it makes you
We're not in
better.
it, but I'm in solid core. That's a cult. I'm in the
Yes.
cult. There you
So,
go.
I mean, I'm alright for some
This was
cults.
just so funny.
Him
Hilarious.
I
He's
can't
the
imagine that he
funniest
never went to
person.
church. He grew up in Michigan. Like, I just feel like the Midwest is pretty churchy.
I mean, he's just never been where they wave the dust, maybe.
I mean, he clearly has because he knows about it.
He just saw something on TV, like an exorcism, and he's like, that's what
Oh
happens at
my
church.
god.
So funny. So Brittany's mom, though, wants a marriage timeline. Just keep that in mind. So now we go to Katie's bridal shower. They rented a mansion. This stupid bridal shower.
I hate this.
You can just have it, save a lot of money, put it in like a
Okay,
little hall.
here's the thing: nobody has homes. I've realized, so like they can't. They need a big enough space to host it.
You can rent like a banquet hall.
No, I
for the
understand,
day.
but like an Airbnb for a day is like $200.
Yeah, but you could also just go to like a restaurant and rent out the top floor or something like basic.
Then they provide the food. Like I honestly bet this was more cost effective.
I don't know. I will disagree. So Katie's wedding is very important to all of them, like
Oh
more
my.
important than their
Talk
lives,
about a
especially
cult. I mean, we got
Kristen.
one right here.
This Kristen would rather fucking die than not do the best at this wedding.
I
This is her wedding.
Alicia, I'm gonna be very honest, I will not give you this much energy about your wedding.
I
I won't even
won't
give
even have
my
this much energy.
own wedding this much energy.
Katie doesn't even have this much energy towards
No,
her own wedding.
no.
So they do get Taco Bell $200 spent on
I'm
burritos.
not mad about it.
Nice. Being burritos, baby. So Stassi tells Sheena that they met up with James and there's an NDA. And Sheena's like, Ariana would never sign that. And again, I'm like, who cares? I don't know.
And
It
how do
hits
you
me
know
different.
that? Like, I don't know what my friends would or wouldn't sign. We don't talk about
I don't know.
NDAs.
This has never come up between us, but just
No.
know if I get something from it, I'm gonna sign it.
I
You
have
should just
known
know
you
that.
for like 6 years and we have never talked about would we sign NDAs. I'm glad to
Now
know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Now I'm telling you. I would if I got something from it. So now we go to Jax's car because Jax is driving Brittany and her mom to the bridal shower.
Which,
And Brittany's
why?
like, I don't know. Brittany can't drive. I don't know. So Brittany's like, one day we'll have a bridal shower. And Brittany's mom's immediately like, I hope you didn't bring Brittany to LA to not marry her. And Jax
I
is like, me? Never. I don't use
Okay,
women.
it's been a
What?
year. I mean, this is a lot of pressure.
I, yeah, this is a lot.
I mean, I get that sentiment from a mom, but I feel like she should say that to her daughter. Like,
It's been a year.
I
Yeah,
hope
we
he
can calm
wouldn't move
down.
you out here if it wasn't serious and he didn't see that type of future with you. But like telling him that,
Also, you've met Jax twice now. You can calm down a little bit, Sherry. So
mm.
Brittany's mom is like, okay, but you've taken her away from her whole family. And Jax is like, it's 2016, Sherry. It's not the 1970s anymore. And I was like, what?
I mean, I'm on
I
his
got what
side,
he was saying, but
but
also I didn't. It didn't make sense. I think I followed his train of thought, but I don't even know it enough to explain it.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
just
on
like,
his side, but like, calm down. I'm not on your side anymore.
it's
Don't
not
yell
the
at Sherry.
1970s,
Also,
Sherry.
can we talk about
You
Sherry's
old
lipstick?
fuck. Sherry looks awful. Sherry's not my mom. Also, when anyone's like, Brittany and Sherry look like
I
twins, I'm like,
find that
if I
so
was Brittany, I'd be
offensive.
so offended.
Yes. I'm like,
This is the best episode we've ever done. I'd be
we're not even
so mad.
drinking.
No, that was so rude. That was so rude.
I
Sherry's trying to do LA makeup and she's got to stop.
no, she
Sherry,
went
it doesn't look
into
good.
Brittany's like old when she was a kid drawer of like play makeup that she probably got for
Put on
like
the
Christmas.
eyeshadow, the bright pink lipstick, and was
And it like
like, "Do I
matched the
look
dress,
LA?"
and I'm like, no.
Oh, it was. Oh my god, it matched the dress
She
perfectly.
is doing monochromatic before it was in style.
Sherry, listen. While we're in LA, Jackson is a great surgeon. If you want to just tighten it
And
up.
she's like
She just looks
so
scary. Her mascara
and
was so
she's
dark.
clearly been tanning.
Like, yes,
Her skin
it
is
is
so
leathery.
tan,
It looks leathery.
wrinkly, and then her lips are so light.
Sherry, I gotta tell you, the pink lipstick and the dark eyes was
Don't
what
work.
you're going to a bridal shower, ma'am.
Like chill out, girly.
Take the eye makeup off.
One
Sherry.
like light color on top is all
Also,
you needed.
Sherry has the darkest hair I've ever seen. She looks like she's from Jersey.
She does.
Sherry doesn't live in Kentucky. She's 2002 Jersey. That is Sherry.
She's
She
on
came
the
from
Jersey Shore, like ready to
She's
work
on
in the
the Jersey
t-shirt
Shore.
shop.
That was
Snooki.
this look. That's why I hate this look. That's this look.
This is
oh my god.
Snooki in 30 years.
This is Snooki. Yep. Yes. Wow, this was so scary. Anyway, so Jax is in a really bad mood. It's bugging Brittany, but he won't confirm with Brittany's mom if he's gonna propose or not because it's just a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Which I get, but
Mhm.
also just to please her, just be like, I love your daughter, no worries.
Yeah, like say something vague. He literally
He's
won't
like
say anything.
arguing.
He won't.
He's like, Sherry, can you shut the fuck up, please?
Yes.
So okay, so we go back to the bridal shower. Ariana's here. Stassi compliments her. It's like, oh my god, I love your dress. And the minute Ariana walks away, Stassi's like, oh, I hate her. But also, Stassi's afraid of Ariana because she wouldn't normally compliment her enemies.
I agree.
She's afraid. She's afraid of Ariana. But Stassi says Ariana does whatever she wants. She wants to hang out with the boys, she does that. If she wants to be here, then she does that. And Katie didn't even want Ariana here. And I was like, I think it's really nice Ariana came.
If Ariana did not show up to this, she would be crucified.
I think it's nice, right? Even if you're a groomsman, you're still like a woman, right?
I agree.
So you want to support
Yes.
Katie
Either
in
way,
this
you're
bridal
supporting
shower.
the couple. So, like, what's the big
Yeah.
deal?
You're getting a free gift.
And
Calm
Ariana
down.
brought balloons. Like, she's helping out.
Yeah, calm down. So they're all sitting around. When Katie walks in, it's like a surprise party.
weird.
It was
They were
horrifying.
like on the some of them were like sitting on the ground.
Sat on the ground.
I was
Surprise! Happy bridal shower.
You knew this was happening. You just didn't know what it looked like.
This looked like, you know, those sorority cult videos when they open the doors and they start singing. That was this.
We didn't.
Yeah, that was this.
My sorority's my school's not allowed to do songs anymore.
That's the scariest thing. I hope my sorority never does songs.
We did.
Hell.
We did them, but they weren't as creepy as this. We didn't do them in the
we
door.
didn't open a door.
No, we were just on the porch, singing in unison.
It was beautiful. So Lisa is here. She does show up, and Katie loves her Taco Bell tower. So now let's go to El Coyote, which, let me tell you immediately, I recognize this from the hills. Yes, this was on the hills. Same thing. Audrina and Justin Bobby went to El Coyote because Justin Bobby's a cool bitch.
Isn't this the Mexican place that Heidi and Spencer used to frequent too?
No, that's Don on Tulio's or something.
You're right.
I Googled it because I was like, was this Heidi and Spencer's? No, this was Justin Bobby's spot.
Okay.
Rock out. El Coyote, never forget. Homeboy wore combat boots to the beach. Okay, so the boys are here. Jax tells them how, basically, this is stupid, but Jax basically tells them how he's getting questioned by Brittany's mom to like get married, and all the boys are like, ew, gross, we hate marriage. And even Schwartz is like, fuck marriage, man.
Again, sir, stop putting this stuff on the reality TV show you're on.
Yeah. So we cut back to the bridal shower. Brittany introduces her mom to Lisa. Lisa's shook that Jax went to Kentucky because Jax probably hated Kentucky.
Well, I think she's also shocked that like Sherry's here and Jax has been to Kentucky. Like, you don't hate him yet? Yeah.
You're still accepting this? Okay. So Sherry likes Jax and hopes Brittany will marry Jax. And Lisa's like, are you sure? So then Sherry tells Lisa she does want Jax to go to church. And Lisa's like, I don't think he's allowed in church. To which I said he'd probably burst out into flames, Lisa.
Hilarious, Lisa. But I don't think
you want to talk about dust. He's going to miraculously
give you smoke.
Yeah, fucking this guy can't be letting us church. So Lisa says Jax has a good soul, but he gets lost, and hopefully he doesn't break Brittany's heart. And Brittany says, if he breaks my heart, I'll break his dick.
Which, Jesus, Britt,
nice.
Chill out.
Right, I mean, I'm in front of his mom, or your mom. Jesus. So then Katie's mom, Terry, gives a thank you speech to everyone, shouts out Lisa, and Lisa's like, the fuck?
Lisa's like, I don't love her as much as you do.
Yeah, fucking shut the hell up, Terry. So then Katie's now crying. We go back to El Coyote. Jax is still talking about how he hates this marriage thing and they should all break up with their girlfriends and run. And Schwartz is like, agreed. Haha, just kidding. But am I?
This is not what you want to hear a bunch of guys say, because like when one of them breaks up, then they all tear off and they start breaking up with each other.
On TV, Schwartz is the only one to be like, yes. We should do that thing.
This would upset me, even if it's a joke.
This is horrifying. And then Schwartz is like, I hate my wedding. I spent $15,000 on flowers. And the boys are like, you should not get married. And he's like, I know, right? And Sandoval's fucking dying in the corner, probably because he's never going to get married.
Okay.
So he's kind of like, did I win?
I do like how Schwartz says, like, it'll make Katie happy. So, like, I'm good. Like, I'm not a marriage person, but I want her to be happy. That is the only good thing he says, though. But I'm like, after all the bad, it doesn't make that one good statement.
That doesn't negate
like, that's all you need to say.
I know. So we go back to the bridal shower. They do presents. Let me tell you, if there's one thing I hate, it's watching someone open presents. No one fucking cares. But they do it.
brides getting lingerie. I find it the creepiest thing in the world. Why are you buying me things that me and my husband are going to use?
Also, my mom is here. My grandma is here.
Like, please stop.
Okay. Not to mention, Lisa gets Katie a blow up doll
I
named Katie.
that
And
looks
grandma
like
is
Katie
like, what?
and Lisa combined.
I this, Lisa should be arrested.
I mean,
This
that
was
would be funny if
horrifying.
whenever like they were at her office, she gave them that and it's like a joke between the three of
Yeah,
them, but like do not
this
give
was
me those gifts in front
horrifying.
of my grandma.
My grandma thinks I'm a virgin. We're gonna keep it that way, Lisa.
My grandma needs to think that I'm like artificially inseminated if I ever have children.
Yes, there's no penises near me.
No.
What's this blow up doll doing? And also, Stassi's like, oh, I'm so sad I'm single. And I'm like, after this is a nightmare of a bridal
Well, I'm
shower.
like,
I don't ever want to be
why
in
do you need to
anything
be why do you need to be in a relationship for this?
at a bridal shower.
Yeah, what does that have to do with
What?
anything?
All the men are left at home. So then Kristen talks to Sherry and Brittany, calls them twins. Kristen
This is the
hates
moment.
Brittany.
This is the moment.
Kristen hates Brittany. She's not a real friend. So then Stassi and Sheena tell Ariana and Katie about the James meetup and the NDA. And Ariana's like, I never saw Lala's boyfriend in this Coachella house, and I didn't sign the NDA. Which I don't know if I believe, but also, who cares?
That's the
I don't
thing. The way
care.
they're so intent on like proving like she did I don't just keep going with
First it's that Lala has a married boyfriend. Then it's
Mhm.
that Lala's a skank. Then it's that there's an NDA. Then it's that Ariana signed the NDA. Who gives a fuck about any of this? It's not on the show enough for me to care.
No, it's
I don't know.
they're just like going down the wrong rabbit holes to like prove stuff wrong. I just wish they would like actually talk to Lala about this and be like, I
They
think you're
can't. She's a
lying.
skank.
And like
Yeah,
sit
she's
in
a
the back of
skank. They
CERN, like
can't.
have this conversation, but you like going around to like 72 people, especially off camera, this does not make the story interesting. Can you imagine if on the news they just like told us about random things that like happened and did not like interview people? That would be so
There's no
boring. Yeah,
story.
it's just
Yeah,
like
I'm
I
over it.
think somebody robbed the 7-Eleven on Clark, and then it's just like the next thing, and it's like, okay,
Great. What?
got us.
So, so Stassi says Ariana is totally lying because Stassi can tell because she's Nancy Drew.
She's like, oh, I just know. She's like, you're not that good of friends with her.
Also, maybe Ariana's just nervous to be fucking around you. So
Yes.
Katie says she's not happy with what Lala did to a home. And I'm like, but it's not your home, so why the fuck do you care?
Again, do you
It
know the
who
wife?
cares?
Like,
Who cares?
I
Unless it's your
I morally
parents.
think it's wrong to cheat, but like, I'm not getting involved in some rando getting
Here's the
cheated
thing.
on.
Again, I also think it's morally wrong to cheat. But Meredith, if you started hooking up with a married man, and
Mhm.
I wouldn't be like, you're a horrible person and I'm going to crucify you for the next 18 years. I'd be like, that kind of sucks you did that, but
Okay, if it's my friend, which
I'm
Stassi and Lala are not friends, I would sit and like have a conversation and be like, "Hey, I think you're making bad decisions. I don't think this is the
yeah,
right move. Whatever."
but I wouldn't stop being friends with you and then publicly crucify you for everyone to see. And then, like,
Yeah,
I mean, it depends. If you're basically like, I'm going to keep fucking up this home. But if you're like, he said he
yeah,
loved me and he was leaving his wife, if there's like
yeah. That's
another
the
back,
thing, and like
which Ariana
the
does
other
bring it up.
person is like also not in the group. If the other person was in the group, I get why you're so aggressive. Like you need to come clean. We
Fine.
need to talk about this. Like this
I
is an
don't
uncomfortable
care.
situation to be in.
Yeah,
Stassi,
but
you are
like
not in the
this,
situation. You are involving yourself in the
it's so
situation.
stupid. And Ariana even says, what about the guy? It's his
Yes.
fucking home to not break.
Why isn't it his
Lala
fault?
doesn't give a fuck about this home.
No,
He
Lala.
should care about this home.
I just really don't think Lala would be like, oh yeah, I'm really into some married guy just because he buys me a Range Rover. There's probably a bunch of guys who will buy Lala a Range Rover. If she's fucking a married guy, I feel like she's being told that it's not. Or their
We have
relationship
literally
isn't
seen
good.
this. We've literally seen this. Eddie told Sheena he was leaving Brandy, and Sheena believed him.
Yeah.
Maybe the same thing is happening. Also, Lala is young. Sheena was young. These men are old. Why don't they hold any fucking responsibility? They're like 50.
Yeah.
They're grown-ass men with a whole family.
I also am trying to remember we were in a different era. I think now it would be handled slightly
I
different, but
know.
not
It just
that
drives
well.
me nuts.
I know.
It's driving me nuts.
I mean, I think they would
So,
still hate on Lala, but I just think that in their interviews they would talk about him more, you know, to spread
yes.
the guilt.
So Ariana saying what about the guy makes Stassi really upset because now you're defending Lala. And I'm like, no, we're just
No.
showing you. And then Katie's now mad at Ariana because she's known for a long time, but didn't ask to wait, what did I write? So Katie's mad at Ariana, and this is why she didn't ask Ariana to be a bridesmaid because Ariana sticks up for Lala, who she's known for 5 minutes, by the way. But Ariana's known Katie for a long time. But I'm like, Katie, you don't even like Ariana. You haven't liked her for a long time.
What does Lala's like supposed affair with a married man have to do with your friendship with Ariana? And
just
this
because
wedding
Ariana doesn't hate Lala
means that
like
she sucks, basically.
so Katie's getting really mad. Katie's making herself just really mad.
She's like making
and
this
says,
a problem for her wedding, and that drives me nuts.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, so basically then they bring up the Kristen and Ariana stuff. So like she's like, what about Kristen? So Ariana basically says, it gets all jumbled, but I was able to
Okay,
figure
because
it
it
out.
confused me why this got brought
Yes.
up.
Okay, so they bring up the Kristen thing. Ariana is basically saying both Katie and Lala have said bad stuff about the other, right? Similar to the Kristen Ariana thing, but you're able to forgive Kristen and move on, but you're not able to forgive Lala. Like that, what's up with that? And Stassi and Katie are like, that's different. And I'm like, no,
I hate they always do this.
It's not. So Stassi's like tries to tell Ariana how it's different because, Ariana did say one really bad thing about Kristen. And Ariana's like, yeah, you want to go through the list of all the horrible things Kristen said to me?
But to be honest,
about me? Kristen wished death upon Ariana.
The Mac
by
truck.
Mac truck.
Never forget. Here's the thing though. Okay, yeah, Ariana doing bad things still proves the point. If both parties are doing bad things, shouldn't both people like be forgiven at some point?
Be responsible. Yeah. So Ariana is basically like, also Kristen's treated all of you like shit. Yes. But that's different.
How come we can forgive her and not
Should we go back?
Lala?
Go back to season 2, Stassi. What did Kristen do?
I don't even think Ariana is like fighting for them to forgive Lala. They're like, how about you just stop talking about this boyfriend situation and making it the biggest deal in the world?
I think Ariana would be fine if they just stopped forcing Ariana to hate Lala.
Yes.
Like, Ariana's just like, why? So then Stassi says Ariana can't take responsibility for anything. Not that she stole Kristen's boyfriend.
Like,
which
what?
that relationship was dead in the water.
What? She was punching him at Sheena's wedding. Come on.
No. Sandoval. She punched James. Ariana stole Sandoval from Kristen.
I'm thinking of Lala.
Kristen punched.
Why am I thinking that they're saying you just said Lala?
Stassi's saying Ariana can't take responsibility for anything.
Okay.
Not stealing Kristen's boyfriend, even though Kristen had already slept with Jax twice at that point, and that relationship was so dead in the water. But okay.
But yeah, let's rehash that.
Also, Sandoval also chose to leave. Why are we blaming Ariana? Whatever. So Ariana can't take responsibility that Lala's dating a married man. And I go, why would Ariana take responsibility for this? And not that Ariana is ruining Katie's bridal shower. And I go, then we should just stop talking about this.
Yeah, she didn't bring this up.
What? So Katie's now really mad. She walks away because it's her fucking bridal shower. And Ariana's basically like, Ariana says she doesn't agree with what Lala is saying or doing, but she's not going to sit here and take responsibility for something Lala did.
No matter what's happening,
and then she goes,
sounds correct.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Ariana's basically like, it's not that serious. And Stassi says, it is that serious when it hurts someone. And Ariana says, I literally don't know. So Ariana says she's not trying to be in a group that like fights like this. And then Sheena, even finally a good friend, comes to defend Ariana and just be like, Stassi, you guys all want everyone to think the same as you. Like,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen with Ariana. We've talked about this. And Stassi says, Ariana, you've never had a fight with your friends where you don't talk for years, but then make
I
up? Ariana goes, no.
I've had like some blowout fights with some friends. Most of them
After a
have
year, though.
ended the relationship though,
Yeah.
and or
Yeah.
taken like a month to get over, not years.
After a few years, I think that relationship is
Is
also dead in the
over.
water. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then Ariana or Stassi says, don't be here. I don't understand what you're doing here. And Ariana gives the most awesome response. She says, I'm here because I care about Katie. I don't give a fuck about you.
Amen.
And Stassi goes, that is so rude. And Ariana goes, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, why does it
That
matter?
was awesome. That because you know Stassi's like, you can't get to someone who doesn't care about
Well,
you.
and like if she keeps fighting with Stassi at some point, like the dig of you don't care about Katie, you're ruining her bath or this like bridal shower is going to be thrown at her. And so she's like, let's just get to the end of this like screaming match of, oh, I actually do care about Katie, so why are we yelling? Like, why are
Yeah,
you ruining this bridal shower?
why are you guys getting mad? Ariana has a cool head on. She's just like, I don't give a fuck about you. I
I'm
don't give a
not
fuck
interested in being your
about
friend. I don't want to
what you
fight like
think.
this. None of this.
But like Stassi's number one weapon is everyone wants to be friends with
Yes.
Stassi. So right thing Sheena, she uses that to like hold over and be
She
like,
like
you have to
withholds
do what
her
I
friendship
say.
to get people to
Yes.
do what they like she wants.
But she can't do that with Ariana because Ariana does not give a fuck if she exists.
Mm-hmm.
So Stassi doesn't know how to win this fight. That's why I'm saying Stassi, though a great fighter, can
Her
only go so
kryptonite.
far.
Yes.
Her kryptonite is when people do not give a fuck about her. And Ariana literally could take her or leave her.
But the thing
Which
is,
was
Stassi could
awesome.
sense if like Sheena pretended to not care about Stassi's friendship. Stassi could sense that.
Stassi
Like
can
blood in
sense
the
that because
water.
she's got spidey powers. Yeah.
You truly
Ariana though,
have to not care.
she immediately sniffed that Ariana truly does not care, and that's why she goes, "That is so rude."
Yes,
And
and then
Ariana
it
again
hurts
goes,
her.
"Don't care, don't care, don't." Ariana leaves this without not even feeling a little different.
She will never think about this
She
argument
doesn't
again.
even reach out to. I bet she doesn't even reach out to Katie after to be like, "Sorry about your bridal
No.
shower." She's like, "That wasn't even my fault."
Nope.
What a badass! That was awesome.
I need to have less care like she does.
That was awesome. So, still to come this season, we got bachelorette parties, photo shoots, bachelor parties, Stassi and Peter kiss. Ew.
Weird.
Ariana is over it and doesn't care. Stassi does really care though. Katie's mad Ariana's in the wedding. James tells Raquel he's been faithful. There's a bar fight. James calls everyone losers. They do a roast of Jax. Sherry isn't happy that Jackson might have been homosexual.
I can't. I'm like, Sherry, what does that matter to you?
I thought, listen, I thought that the funniest thing of this episode was when she's like, did you used to be a homosexual?
The way she says it. So South 2016.
Stassi is crying to Jax and Brittany is uncomfortable. Katie and Schwartz get married. Tequila Katie is back. Sandoval yells in drag. Schwartz cheated on Katie and she needs to get over it. What the fuck is happening?
There are a lot of scenes I do not remember.
Jax is a homosexual.
That I remember, clear as day.
That was so funny. Oh, you know Sherry's never met a gay person. That is so funny. Okay. Should we do accepted and blocked?
I mean, I'm like stressed out about the rest of this season in a great way. Like I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait for Sherry to find out Jax is a homosexual. Oh, that's awesome.
That Jax and homosexual were used in the same sentence. She's gonna
the funniest thing I know. Okay. Who are we blocking? There's so many options.
I mean, I just want to do the trio is the problem.
Just pick one.
I guess I'll go with I'm gonna go Kristen. I mean, the terrible
Even after her awesome comedy?
the terrible comedy, just the fact that she showed up to that conversation with James, I feel like gets it. Because I was gonna go Stassi, but like I'm not too mad at her. I just think Kristen is. There's nothing she's giving me, so I'm like, get out of here, get out.
Yeah, the comedy alone, I would block Kristen. That was so terrible.
Oh,
But, I'll mix it up. I think I'm gonna go Lala
okay,
because the math ain't mathin' for me. That Beverly Hills shit, she's hiding
yeah.
something,
Why bring
and
it
I don't
up?
care. I don't care, but also you're not mathin' to me. Also, I hated the way she talked to James about the alcohol.
Yeah.
That really rubbed me the wrong
And why
way.
didn't she bring the present to the apology for Ariana?
Yeah. Also, I feel like everyone else that made me mad, I was fucking cracking
Yeah.
up. Like Kristen, Stassi, even at the end there, she's just getting her ass handed to her by Ariana. It was so dope. I'm here for it. But Lala didn't make me laugh, so
Yeah, I get
she's
that.
out. Great. Who are you accepting? Oh, there's so many.
I'm gonna let you
This
go
was a
first
good
on this one. I
episode.
know I really enjoyed it.
Ah, okay, hang on. I'm on the fence. I do think it's not gonna be her. I think honestly, I don't want to just go based off the last. I'm like, do I do Ariana? But
That's what
I
I
don't
was
want to just
thinking
go
about.
off the last, but I did really like her. And I feel like everyone is so sub, and I'm not gonna do Brittany. I don't what the hell. Even though, yeah, no one else. Ariana, I think I have to go with her.
That's who I'm going with.
Okay, let's just do it.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, she was
she
unbothered in the
wasn't that
Lala situation.
she was unbothered. Her boyfriend really
When
was really angry, not
yeah.
her. And the Katie, she showed up to the bridal shower.
Brought
Bridal showers suck.
I
So
hate
like
them. I
give it to
decline them
her.
as much as I can. Those are the ones I will
And
get the find an excuse for any day of the week. She brought balloons. Like she was helping like plan and put shit together.
mhm.
She was there
and
before Brittany was there.
and dude, I love someone who can square up. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think Ariana, if I had to pick a fighter, I'm picking her.
I mean, I do love seeing Stassi fight with the rest of the cast, but yeah, I mean, it's great to
It
see
was great.
Ariana
Don't
win.
get me wrong. I loved Saucy in it. And truthfully, I wouldn't have even blocked Kristen. I thought Kristen was fucking
I
comedy
know, but not for
gold.
me.
Jax was
Jax was
hilarious.
really
Oh
funny.
man.
Yeah,
This was the best episode of the
I
season.
agree.
I was crying recording this. That was so
I had a good
funny.
time with watching it.
This was a lot of fun. Sorry. Let us know if you liked this episode so we know what you kind of enjoy. I was fucking cracking out. This was
Loved it.
hilarious for me. But check us out on all the social things. At Vanderpasta is usually where you can find us literally everywhere. But yeah, we're gonna do our after show. So if you're interested, join
Come
our
join
Patreon. But
us.
we are gonna do that. So thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Bye.